Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Yep, you've seen that. We are planting a moringa in the tiny garden. Yes, we are. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. So on this trip, we had to drive out to get some of these, I guess they're calling them exotic plants because they don't have them at our local nurseries. So we're going to plant a lot of these up. I got a few things. Some purple leaf basil. I had the seeds, but the really police ate them. Some lettuce leaf basil. A bunch of different peppers, including absolutely beautiful variegated fish ornamental plant. I can't wait until that blooms because the variegated leaves are just stunning. I got a banana plant, a banana pepper plant, and a few others. I'm going to try this Fox Farm fertilizer for the first time in the front of the garden. I normally just go ahead and go with my classic fish emulsion, and that has done me great over the years, but I'm going to try something new. Before we plant these up, I am going to trim back my tomato plant because I just looked and it doesn't look too great. And we'll get to it. If you're enjoying this content, like, subscribe, and drop me a comment. I mean, you watching my video, so leave a comment. All right. Now, prior to us starting the pepper plants, I have a few things around here that I need to do. But the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to trim up this tomato plant. I believe this is a pear tomato. It's right here in front of a lantana. And on the side of some basil, there's a cucumber on the side of there. And that, what is that on the side? I think that's some verbena, the purple verbena that you see. So all I'm doing is I am trimming off the bottom leaves of this plant because they were starting to touch the ground just ever so slightly. I noticed when I got here today. So I'm going to cut those off, and that's also going to allow some more airflow. As you can see, the lantana is really bushy, and under the lantana is a hydrangea, and so I really need maximum air flow over here. So I'm just gonna pick off the bottom leaves, a few suckers on top, and on the left right here there's a really big sucker, so I'm actually not gonna toss it when I pull this off, but I'm actually gonna try and root it and see if that works so that I can have my second round of pear tomatoes, right? I mean, that is a benefit of these suckers. They're not all terrible.
You see any strawberries?
Yeah. One. One is ready. Oh, and another. Two bunch of them.
Okay, just get the really, really red one. There you go.
I got three. I got the triplet.
Put some seedlings down. Not some seedlings. I did put some seeds down for a cut flower garden here in the front. And I have a massive amount of roly-polies. I think on the next video, I'm going to show you just how extensive they are. Granted, they are very good for the garden. They break down a lot of really harmful chemicals and metals and stuff in your soil. So they do have a role to play in this little ecosystem that I'm playing. But honestly, like, I think there are just so many of them. Like, they're eating almost everything that I plant directly, like all the seeds that I put directly in ground, they're pretty much devouring them, and I've watched them a couple of times when I come early in the morning. So I have to start all of the cut flowers at home and then bring the seedlings because they typically leave those alone. So I am now going to fertilize with the Fox Farm liquid bloom fertilizer, and this is my first time using it. I normally don't use this liquid, but I like the fish fertilizer, fish emulsion. That is my favorite, but I am going to give these guys a good soak, and they already look a little weak because it is really hot after we got back from the university. We toured their whole growing area, and I have a friend's girlfriend who works there, and we seen them, and it was so sweet. And yeah, so now I'm gonna plant up some melons. I'm looking for the perfect area. It's a little shady, but it gets sun, as you can see from right here. Our soil is definitely changing over the years, and you can see the difference in the color of the soil. So there's a drip irrigation right here, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna put her in, I think this is one of the Crimson Sweets, and then I'm gonna add some fresh compost on top of her and give her some of that liquid fertilizer, and she should be okay. They're growing a little bit slow in some of the areas, but you know what, that's okay. Majority of the time, our garden really thrives, and different areas are thriving at different times, and I'm okay with that. I am still growing and learning in this garden space and finding new and different techniques that I'm enjoying and some that I won't be trying again. And so honestly, this is all a learning experience, and I'm just enjoying.
Why? Oh yeah.
Extremely productive.
Mm-hmm.
Really careful. I still have 2 more of them. At least 45 of them.
Wow, 40? Yeah.
This one has like at least 20. Mm-hmm.
What about flavor profile?
That's a decent flavor profile. The Japanese. Definitely good in the stir fry.
Mm-hmm.
Probably we can use some extra. And you say you were going to give some to your thing. You already gave grandma some yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm planting another melon right here in this area. It is more drier than I'd like it to be, so I'm going to add some drip irrigations to this area in particular. I haven't had anything planted here, so I didn't put a whole lot of effort into adding drip, the drippers, but I do have the drip tube here, so that'll be fine. And the mint is starting to come through. Remember, on the opposite side of this little gate, I told you guys that we planted mint, and now it's coming through. Unfortunately, it's starting to come past that gate, and so after the sunflowers bloom and everything blooms on that side, I'm gonna rip everything out and try and get rid of the deep roots as much as possible. And this borage is just absolutely effortlessly beautiful. It is one of my favorite plants to grow. And next to him, I'm going to put the moringa. And I'm hoping that the moringa grows really tall, but I'm going to top it off at the top so that I can still reach all of the leaves. But you guys know, like, majority of plants like a kind of Mediterranean tropical type of environment. And since I live where the heat doesn't play, in Zone 9B in California, I like to have little areas of shade. They're still getting that heat with peaks of the sun, but they're getting a little shade also. And my moringa tea is amazing. Maybe I'll make it for you guys this summer. I think you'll really love it. Now that we're done with that, it's really, really hot, so I'm not going to harvest everything, just this major squash. And I'm going to get out of here because the heat, oh my God, it's going to take us out. I'm going to trim back some of these leaves and get out of here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave me a comment and tell me which plant that I just got you have in your garden and how it's growing. All right, until next time, guys. See you next week. Bye.